earlier in the year in August at a White Gum Valley precinct meeting. We were discussing things going on in the valley, as we always do, and heard about how playground spaces were set to change, and I thought, this is a small pocket of land that is behind us here that could be used for another purpose, and I've always been thinking that it would be great to have a productive space close by where you can walk to, not just something that's, you know, a kilometre or two away, but something really close that's in the heart of the valley, where we together can grow productive things. And then along with that idea that I raised then at the precinct meeting and got some favourable responses, realised I wasn't alone with that idea.
One of the reasons we're here is as a community initiative to maintain this as a community space rather than see it sold off by the council and built on as private space, because once we lose these parks we lose so much of an opportunity for communities to get to know each other and really build a stronger community.
Then at home my daughter was planting the seeds of the fruits that we're eating, and she planted a persimmon seed, and it, lo and behold, a few weeks later the seed of that tree began to sprout and it grew, and she got really excited, and I thought, but where are we going to plant this? Our backyards are only so large, and that's when I realised that actually this productive space could have a focus on perennials, focus on the big trees that can stay in a communal public space like this for all of us to enjoy in years to come.
Soon this playground won't be here. There's going to be an orchard instead. I think we should grow not just persimmons, we should grow some mangoes. I think we should grow lots of beech trees.
What I hope will happen is that this will not only be maintained as a community space where there are trees and herbs and vegetables being grown, but by having a centre here that is a home for the White Gum Valley Playgroup, linked to the kindy, is also a centre for processing olives and other fruits that are produced in the valley in a decentralised sort of way, because that will enable the program to start straight away. We have an overabundance of olives every harvest season. Many of them don't get processed. The same with limes. There's also pomegranates and loquats and many other fruits that people have in their gardens or which are growing in parks.
This is our olive tree, and it grows right outside our front house, and every November it bursts out with olives. We've tried marinating them, but they don't taste that good, so we need to learn a proper recipe to marinate them so they taste nice.
So our vision for this place is one of bringing community together to collectively grow food, to harvest food, and to make food together from our cultural knowledge, from our generational knowledge, and to do it here together on site, learning from each other and having a great time doing it.
And not too much chilli, not too much chilli. It's like, there's not enough chilli in there. Not too much chilli, there's not enough chilli in there.
Who's advocating more chilli?
Dad. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, it is a little bit spicy. Yeah, no, well that's fine. Sometimes he doesn't like it. It's the sausage we make in our family, so he gets to try it quite regularly. So
I mean, it's delicious.
yeah, but no, it does have a little bit of spice. There's always big arguments each year about how much chilli to go in. My grandma doesn't like it too hot.
Oh yeah.
but he's moved to a smaller company.
So I'm going
Everyone's missed the best mulberry tree there is.
Actually, Pip knows a good mulberry. Did you put that mulberry?
Yeah.
What would you like to grow, Anousha? I would like to grow mulberries. Wow, you love mulberries and I love mulberries. We could make mulberry jam and mulberry soup. Yeah.
I heard about the orchard idea up at the precinct meeting, and I guess it's something I always have thought about, how to plant more trees through the neighbourhood that you go and pick from and have that experience of getting to know your neighbourhood by knowing where all your fruiting trees are and things like that. Already we know our streets by our mulberry plants and our lemons and rosemary, all the things that we share with other people.
My name's Ingrid Waltham. I'm on the Fremantle Council representing the East Ward, which is White Gum Valley. I've been living in White Gum Valley for over 20 years. I've been on council for 2 years. And one of the reasons I got on council in the first place is because of fantastic projects like this, because it's such a great community. And things like this, projects like this always sort of galvanise people in White Gum Valley. They're very close, very family oriented, very community oriented. And it was myself and a friend started up the playgroup about 21 years ago, White Gum Valley Playgroup. And it's never really had a permanent home. So to think that it might have a home here in such a fantastic environment and in a project that's been driven by the community itself is fantastic. Well, along with having a home for the playgroup finally, I think this is a project that's really special because it brings together not just families but generations. There'll be young children here, there'll be families here, hopefully there'll be teenagers here, the aged retirement villages across the road, and it's a fantastic way to interact between the generations in a common bond, in growing things and making food which everybody can relate to.
The orchard will need to be developed in stages, and there's a really skilled committee established already to help guide it in that direction, as well as a growing membership for the organisation. There's a real keenness to get the perennial plants, the fruit trees, the asparagus, the rhubarbs, those things that are going to be in the ground for a long time and will take time to produce, get them into the ground early, and that be in the first stage of development.
Into the space. Yeah, well, you could utilise that area there for. Yeah, that's right. Quite a bit of space. We could fit some big trees in there. Yeah, like mulberries and figs, oranges, nut trees. This is a block of about 1,500 square metres, and what we've got here already is a playground, a small playground with two ancient peppermints, and really not much else. What we envisage is a few fruit trees, like mulberry, figs, and citrus, situated more on the northern end of the block, and towards the south here we're looking at a playgroup with a deck that somehow we can integrate into the orchard, looking at having various perennial and annual beds for vegetables. So it's a long process. We're just at the beginning of it, and we're just sort of trying to find our way at the moment.
In the future, I imagine there being a great building here which opens out, and there's wonderful big tables in front for us to, after we collect all our produce from our trees and our perennial plants, we can sit at the tables and discuss what we're going to do with them, or do some preserving with them. In the evening, we're going to come down and do things like this all the time, and have meals together, and lots of good discussions, and some laughter, and maybe some singing, and lots of kids playing around everywhere and climbing trees.
Ooh, yummy.
So we've got a vision, we've got a growing number of people now behind it, and we're on the road to forming an incorporated association. We've got council support that should set us up to then have a lease for the site very soon. So what's next? Well, we actually need to find funding for this vision. We need to find funding to create the gardens, to put in the watering system, to create the building with the kitchens, with the space for community to use, and those are the elements that need to come together. It's very exciting, and really, for me, it's what life is all about. It's really the essence of